Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make 3 different styles of chains, little shortcuts, how to make chains without having to erase or use pencil, but you can of course feel free to use pencil if you feel more confident using it. And I'm just going to show you very simple tricks. There's a simple chain here, slightly more difficult one here, and this is the most difficult one of all. Hopefully this will help you in your drawings moving along, and you should be able to, from this video, learn how to make chains as long as you would like. So let's get started. So to draw the first of the 3 types of angles of chain that I'm going to show you, we're going to start with the one that's the most straightforward, and I'll do that one in the middle here. It's very simple. The formula is, let's draw 2 parallel lines. Okay, and then right where those 2 lines end, I'm going to leave a little gap here. I'm going to draw 2 parallel lines on one side of the same width and 2 parallel lines like that of the same width. Trying to make them the same width and length, and that way the lengths will all look like they're the same. And then I'll do it again. I'll do down the middle like that. Okay, feel free to practice this with pencil, of course. All right, now to connect the chains and make them actually look like chains, I'm going to first give myself like a half round for these 2 lengths, because these are the ones that are facing sideways. And these 2 are going to connect like so. Again, trying to keep them the same width. There we go. So there we have some links. I'll just end this one like that. Okay, now I'm going to draw 2 parallel lines. Then finish this off and then connect, connect. Okay, and then again, so 2 parallel lines and 2 . Now in theory, you could keep going pretty much forever like this, and then connect, connect, connect. So you could keep going forever and ever with this kind of chain. It could be as long as you want. I'm just going to finish this one off because mine isn't going to be very long. It's just going to be a few links long. But keep practicing, keep making it as long as you would like. As long as you stay more or less like consistent with your shapes, you will be able to get a pretty consistent looking chain. And depending on how wide or narrow you make the links, you could also make a different style of chain. It could be a little bit narrower here in the gap between here too. Okay, so now what happens when a chain is not like super straightforward where there's like a thin link and a wide link? What happens when it's a little bit more of an angle? I'm going to show you how to do that too. So we're going to also draw some parallel lines. We'll start with, again, same kind of width, 2 parallel lines. Okay, and then 2 parallel lines. Okay, now this time I'm going to make 2 parallel lines that are going to start not in the middle here, but they're going to start, I'm going to leave a gap and I'm going to let, see how this line sort of starts halfway in the middle of this one? Same thing with this one. So I'm going to sort of have like an invisible line like that and like so. Okay, so you have parallel lines, right? Now, how do you connect these? Very simply. So I'm going to draw these down a little bit more, a little bit closer. Okay, so now to connect these, very easy. You just start with, let's say, the outermost line here, connect and through. So like a U shape that connects down and over. And then you could do this one, but I prefer to do like this one first. So I would go in and do basically the same thing, and it connects. It connects. So you see how it connects in a similar way? And then this one connects like that. So it's like you're just taking and drawing these lines and connecting them like so. And that same thing with this one. Okay, just connecting. And this one's even easier because we just have to draw in a line that goes behind this chain, and same thing here, behind here, and connects to this parallel line. And we're going to practice that one more time. So let me just finish off this chain here, this link. So again, so I'm gonna start over here. So I'm gonna start, again, drawing an invisible line. I'm imagining two parallel lines. I'm gonna draw that. Same thing halfway through. So it's like offset just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to just pick any one and just start connecting. So I'm gonna start with this one. That one's gonna connect behind, just like so. The same thing with this one, is going to connect and behind, so just parallel. Okay, and then this one's going to have just a smaller gap here, and it's going to connect. And these two are easy because you just have to connect behind. Okay, let's practice again. Let's draw another link. So we have now two parallel lines. Okay, I'm just going to pick this one again. Actually, let's see. You can't really go wrong. So let's see. I'm going to pick this one again. Okay, connect, behind, and just like that. And there we go. Okay, so if you feel, again, more comfortable doing that with pencil, and then you can erase, you could feel free to do that. This is just a cool trick to be able to do this without having to do any erasing whatsoever, kind of like, like that letter S shape. All right, and I'm just going to do one more link just to get some good practice in. Two parallel lines. Again, sort of in the middle here. Okay. Now I'm going to I want to choose a different line now. I'm going to connect and connect behind. Then this one I'm going to connect behind. Okay. And I'll just finish this one off. Okay, so now this chain is a little bit offset, so it's got like a more of an angle. Keep practicing these. This one's a little bit easier. This one's a little bit more complicated. And let's do one more type of chain, and that is a chain that has more of like a diamond shape to it. Okay, so this last one is going to be the one that is the most complicated one and the one that's going to take the most practice to do. But it's the kind that's the most common in jewelry, or like chains, or if you want to make it look a little extra fancy. All right, so it's going to start pretty much the same way. We're going to have two parallel lines. Then we're going to have two parallel lines again. Okay, of the same width and length. And then I'm going to skip a little bit here, and I'm going to do right underneath the same length and width, 4 more parallel lines. Okay, So now the job is, how do you connect these? So starting with this outer corner of my right line, I'm gonna go and take this angle out and I'm gonna put it halfway down, point-wise. Okay, so pointing down, ends halfway. Now this line here, I'm going to connect this point, inner point of my left two lines, and I'm going to connect that to the the inner corner here. Now I'm going to find the point, the center point right here, and I'm going to connect this from the center to the outer line. You may have to like reconnect the lines a little bit here, make them a little bit longer or shorter. Well, not shorter, but longer. Okay, and now the rest of it is pretty simple. So I have to take this and imagine it behind and connect here. And then I have to do the same thing with this one. I have to connect the dots. Again, you might have to make them a little bit longer and just like that, connect as well. All right, that warrants way more practice. So let's try it again. Let's go down here. I'm going to skip a little bit and I'm going to draw two parallel lines on one side of the same length and width, and then two more same length and width. Okay, now let's try that again. So from this outer corner, I am going to draw a line that goes down to the middle of these inner lines here. Okay, the next line I'm going to draw, I'm going to make this a little bit taller right here, is going to go connect from these two inner ones. Okay, and now I'm going to find my center point. I'll give myself a little dot. I'm going to put my little dot in the middle here, and I'm going to connect this dot to the outer line. I'm going to have to make it a tiny bit longer, no problem. And then lastly, going to connect and connect these outer lines. Okay, I'm going to practice again. So two parallel lines. Okay, so outer line to the middle here. This connects these two inner lines, connect just like that. Dot to tell me where the middle is here. Connect. So it's like three lines like that. And then just connect them behind. Okay. And again, you could just keep going and going and going. I'm going to end my chain right here. So feel free to pause, rewind, move back or forth, and practice these chains. You could also, again, feel free to do this with pencil while you gain more confidence, but it's always a neat trick to be able to do things without having to erase at all. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to color in them to look a little bit more metallic and shiny. And I will see you after they're colored. Okay, so there you have it. These are the 3 different styles of chain and shortcuts of how to make them. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and subscribe, and I will show you more quick and easy, or sometimes longer and more difficult types of drawings and shortcuts. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.